The Wendover is quite possibly the best vehicle I have ever seen for BeamNG.drive. So the question now is, how far can it fly at Car Jump Arena? Well, it can fly pretty far after the first jump, but the real question is, how far can it fly after the second jump? Find out in this video. Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at the latest new official vehicle that was added to the game called the oliad Wendover. And we've been waiting over 9 years for this vehicle to be developed and released, and it's finally here, and it looks spectacular. This is quite possibly the best looking vehicle I have ever seen for BeamNG.drive, and it drives equally as good. And you can see it has a very nice, soft, luxurious suspension that's able to easily cope with literally any road condition you can possibly imagine. There is nothing that would take you out of the luxurious feel that you get while driving this vehicle. Flying through the air? Didn't even notice I was flying through the air because it's so comfortable. And look at how well it stops. It stops on a dime, if that dime is really far away. And also the handling. Check out this 180 maneuver. Perfect 180, and oh, look at this one wheel burnout. You know you're getting as much traction down with these wheels as you possibly can in a situation like that, because this is an efficient vehicle. It's so efficient, in fact, the gas tank says, oh, I'm completely empty, and the car says, that's okay, I can still drive for miles thanks to my finely tuned engine. Now let's take a quick look at the interior camera. This is it, most wide open camera I've ever seen, and that's all we're gonna do because it's perfect. So now let's do a little crash test. Wow, that crash looked so realistic. I'm gonna have PTSD. That was scary real. Oh my goodness. This vehicle is absolutely astounding. All right, let's go ahead and do one more crash. A nice simple one right into the wall. Big bam, big crunch. Wow, again, that is so realistic. It's like the front half of the car never even existed. That is insane. I don't think I've ever seen a car that's that detailed before after a collision. And here we go, climbing another hill while still using absolutely no gas because this car is so environmentally friendly. The secret to its efficiency is it's always changing gears all of the time to make sure it maximizes the engine's output. And as you've seen so far, that strategy is perfect for this vehicle, and its efficiency is simply unmatched. And here we're doing a simple test. We're just driving along the road. We're flying through the air. Apparently, I didn't even feel it. Here we are flying through the air again. Didn't even feel a thing. Again, flying, didn't feel a thing. Crashing into a wall, didn't even feel it. Am I sure I got into a crash? And the only reason I know is because you could tell the vehicle has been very realistically damaged. But if you're the driver inside, you probably wouldn't even notice because this car is so comfortable and luxurious. And this time, instead of respawning back to where we were before, let's just bring it back up to the road and start from here. And you haven't really seen just how well it can handle. You saw how well it can do a 180, but look at this handling. Do you see how well the suspension just dives down as we dive into the corner? That's exactly what you want to see from a luxurious car like this. It's like I got the grip of the Formula 1 car, but it's as smooth as, what's something that's smooth? A piece of glass. Yeah. Exactly what you want out of a car like this, and oh, it was doing so good until it lost a tire. Man, that is too bad. But it's so strong and durable, if the tire was still attached, I bet it could have kept driving along. In fact, I bet if we weren't stuck inside of the pole, we could have been able to keep driving along even if we were missing a tire. Now, let's go ahead and do a highway test. Now, this car is so good at driving. It can say you're going the wrong way on the highway, but it's okay. That is perfectly acceptable. And uh-oh, we have sort of lost a wheel, but not exactly. It's okay if one tire is just doing a breakdancing maneuver because the other one is still putting down the power. But not for long, because we've crashed again, and somehow that's even crashed the rear tire up as well. But you know what? Based on the other crashes, I'm not going to question that. I'm just going to assume that is a very realistic representation of what would have happened. And look at the way it's bouncing here. Again, this has to be a realistic representation because everything else I've seen with the crashes with this car has been super realistic. I actually really like the way it just keeps bouncing more and more and more. So aggressively bouncing too. Okay, reset. And how about this? What if we hold down the brakes and then... Yes! We are doing infinite burnouts with basically just one wheel. Is this not the most impressive burnout you've ever seen? Check this out. We can even do it sideways. Yes, somebody call the admin because I'm doing it sideways. And if you know what that's a reference to, you're a real one. And if you don't, that's okay. You just ain't a real one. Also, there's a weird texture on the ground. I'm assuming that's because the texture was intimidated by my amazing car. Oh, we're getting too close. Let's go the other way. We're going to slowly back it up. All right, wait. Here's an idea. What if we did it in forward? Oh, this is completely different. It's literally the same thing. This car is so amazing. You thought I was going to say bad, huh? But no, it's amazing. And here we go. Going full speed once again, doing the bouncing maneuver so everybody knows I'm coming. And I'm actually bouncing in my chair too for some reason. It's that encouraging driving this thing. And then up into the air, crashing it into some bushes and some rocks. No matter what I do with this car, it just impresses me. Look at that amazingly realistic damage on this absolutely beautiful machine. I think now it's time for the real serious test. We gotta see how does it perform at brutal slope. And normally I use the pickup truck to back up here, but this car is so good, I'm gonna use the actual Wendover to do the backing up. Oh yeah! Listen to that engine roaring. Such a strong, powerful sounding car too. I feel like I have an actual engine sitting right next to me going through an exhaust of a car from the 1980s. Maybe that's also because I have good headphones, but the engine sounds here are spectacular, just like every other characteristic of this vehicle. And look at how fast this car can go. It's easily going 200 miles per hour and then some. Name cars that are faster than this car. We're going 270 miles per hour. Go on, I'll wait because there ain't many. 290, almost 300 miles per hour. And this is a perfectly flat surface, guys. This is not like a slope or anything. They just call it brutal slope as a joke. It's actually brutal, perfectly flat surface, really. So here's 100 times slow-mo. And look at this. The car is going so fast, it basically goes right through the wall. Except instead of going through the wall, it just becomes flat. But that is realistic. When you're going 300 miles per hour, that is exactly what your car would look like after a crash like that. Amazing realism in the crash, and the car keeps wanting to go. This car is so dedicated, it still wants to go, but it's not going to be able to. Now, for the very last and final test, time for Leap of Death. And apparently the update, when it moved the files around, it messed it up and it's broken again. Hold on, let me look at my video titled, I Fixed the Leap of Death, and figure out what I did to fix it last time. Good news, that actually worked. Now, let's go ahead and get the Wendover, and here we go, off a Leap of Death at maximum speed. And with the Wendover, I don't know how fast that'll be for sure, I just know it's gonna be really fast. Look at that, 60 miles per hour, and what a perfectly flat and level flight. Absolutely outstanding capabilities here. And then impact. Look at how perfectly intact this vehicle is. Aside from the wheels coming off for your convenience, there is not a scratch on this thing, it looks like. And then here it goes into the water. Does that damage it? No, the water does not damage it. Although the ground below the water, that can cause just a little bit of damage, it seems like. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. And by the way, if you haven't realized, yep, this is the April 1st video. Just me goofing around with an old mod that came out 2 years ago, pretending it's the real car. It's not. The real video for the Wendover should be coming probably tomorrow, maybe the next day. It depends how long it takes me to record it. And it's not like this one really replaced the time I would spend making the real one, because this video took like no time at all because I didn't do any research and I barely even wrote a script. I just, yeah, we're gonna wing it. It's an April Fool's video. Who cares? We're here to have fun, not inform. Usually the videos are made to inform. Anyways, until next time, this has been WhyBeAre. And remember, if you like or dislike this video, I will know. I can tell by comparing the fake Wendover to the real Wendover and seeing how the mod is actually better than the real deal. So do the right thing, and I'll see you next time. One, 4, 2, or 2, 4, 1? Don't know.